um, and it was the 2017 World Champs in Spain, um, and you had your best result, getting a silver medal in the World Champs, which obviously set you up for um, going to the Olympics the following year. But it didn't quite go to plan beforehand, and the we spoke about visualization and mental skills. Um, Take me through that day or the couple of days leading up to that final, and also some of the mental skills that you had to use during that race.
Yeah, so I guess everything had been building towards World Champs. That's the peak event. Outside of the Olympics. So throughout the season, everything had been building up and up. I had some pretty good results leading up to it. But yeah, I was definitely ready to go at World Champs because that's what we'd all been waiting for.
Mm,
And as you know, obviously all the funding is based off World Champs, so there's that extra pressure there that if you perform here, then you get the funding, and that'll make your life hopefully be able to do a lot more and perform even at a higher level.
mm,
So coming into World Champs, actually ended up getting a stomach bug, which
mm,
wasn't so fun.
mm,
So yeah, during the race, I was actually in between some of the runs. I was vomited in the finish area, what probably wasn't a pleasant sight. And I mean, mixed in with it was super high altitude down in the south of Spain.
mm,
Um, yeah, it made a pretty tough race. But it was a race that I really managed to, I don't know, still call it like I managed to reach my peak performance. I managed to kind of like turn off all those other noises, all that pressure of, being like, if I don't perform, if I fail here, what that means. I managed to turn off all those little voices in my head and just focus, solely on the skiing. And yeah, it was my best result to date. Second at World Champs. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty special moment.
mm,
A lot of cool memories from there.
and to be able to turn those outside noises off. We've worked together both with John Quinn, who's um, one of the leading sports psychologists down in Christchurch, who does a lot of work with the Crusaders and the cricketers, and Tom Walsh and a few other Olympians as well, and netball. And what was some of the things that you did with Quinny, and things that you had to practice throughout the training to lead to that moment where you were just able to switch it off? Because it doesn't necessarily just happen just like that. It takes a bit
Yeah,
of.
no, it's definitely easier said than done.
Mm,
Um, and I look back at it and I'm like, if there was one thing that really, that why that result stood out for me, it was because of my mental state. I managed to get into the state where I could just let the skin do the talking.
mm,
I mean, and as far as what Quinny, there was a whole lot of things. It was like there was a bit of the preparedness, and then the big thing is just being able to stay in the moment, not letting all those crazy thoughts derail you.
mm,
You don't try and block them out completely because you're always going to have them.
mm.
Um, Letting them come in, I guess. Uh, Good door. that
Yeah, no, that's all right.
all
Yeah,
those crazy
just
thoughts coming in, being able to block, accept them, realize what they are, but then put them to the side so you can carry on and perform at your best.
mm.
Yeah.
So how would you practice that at a training session? Would you, 5, 10 minutes before a race, or was it the morning of, or the night before? What was there actual little, you go to the gym? What was your mental gym preparation?
Yeah, so I kind of build that into my everyday life, whether that was, when I'd wake up in the morning, I'd put little reminders on my phone, just reminding me to stay mindful, uh, little things like that, bringing into the training, into the debriefs, with the coach, talking about with the coaches, and I guess being aware of it was probably the number one thing for me.
Mm,
Um, Knowing it's there, knowing the value that it does have, and then being able to apply that into your actual skiing.
mm. Yeah, so it's like a 24/7 awareness around it.
Mm.
I can relate to that because in terms of mindfulness, um, I'll kind of come and go with the actual sitting down and training aspect of it. But what I like to do it with an activity. So say if I'm driving, I will just make sure I'm concentrating on trying to drive the best I possibly can in that moment, and putting the cell phone away, and distractions away, or if I'm cooking, it's like, right, I'm cooking right now, or if I'm eating my food, and just trying to go, all right, take away everything I need to do in the future, anything that's happened in the past. All I need to do is just eat my food here right now. And that for me is just like a small way of going, all right, I'm practicing, staying in the moment, practicing
Yeah.
being able to stay and just the process of cutting my meat and in my mouth and chewing 20 times. Um, yeah, so I can definitely relate with that, just awareness and remind yourself of it.